After successfully traveling to Earth and stealing the Tesseract, Loki met with the Other, a loyal servant of Thanos, and was threatened with severe consequences if he failed in his mission to conquer Earth and deliver the Infinity Stones. When Loki then returned to his mind-controlled henchman, Dr. Selvig explained they needed iridium in order to finish the portal to transport the Chitauri to Earth. And so they traveled to Germany, where Loki created a distraction that would allow Hawkeye to steal what they required. Falling for his plan, Captain America confronted him in a brief street battle before Iron Man arrived, prompting Loki's surrender. On Asgard, Thor was sent to find his brother, but with the Bifrost destroyed, Odin had to summon dark energy to make the journey possible. Once arrived on Earth, Thor tracked down Loki, who was being transported aboard a S.H.I.E.L.D. Quinjet, only to storm in and take him without permission. Flying to a secluded spot, Thor and Loki started arguing, but soon Iron Man arrived, attacking Thor to take back their prisoner. Captain America then broke up the fight, and they agreed to take Loki into S.H.I.E.L.D. custody together. Once aboard the helicarrier, they put the prisoner in a cell designed for the Hulk, while Tony Stark and Bruce Banner studied the scepter. However, the Mind Stone within the weapon started to affect the emotions of the people nearby, becoming hostile and aggressive in their behavior. When Captain America discovered a number of weapons crates on board, he confronted Nick Fury about the real reason they wanted the Tesseract, and the director admitted they wanted to make powerful weapons for the defense of Earth. Steve Rogers and Tony Stark began to argue as well, yet all the dissension only worked to further Loki's secret plan, with his people soon infiltrating the helicarrier to create a perilous situation that would unleash the Hulk and allow for his escape from captivity. His plan was then largely successful, as Hawkeye and other controlled agents attacked them, taking out one of their engines, greatly increasing Bruce Banner's stress and anger, causing him to transform into the Hulk, doing further damage to the helicarrier and threatening the lives of his fellow Avengers. Captain America and Iron Man went to work repairing the engine, while Hulk chased after Black Widow and went on a rampage before jumping out of the helicarrier to attack a Quinjet shooting his way. After destroying the jet, Hulk fell through the air to crash land without injury and transform back into Bruce Banner. Having barely survived her encounter with the Hulk, Black Widow confronted Hawkeye, knocking him unconscious and breaking the hold over his mind. Loki, meanwhile, was freed by his people, allowing him to trick Thor into entering the prison before being confronted by Phil Coulson, wielding a destroyer armor prototype gun. However, he was pointing the weapon at an illusion, allowing for Loki to stab him from behind with the recovered scepter. Thor's prison was then released from the helicarrier, leaving him to crash into the Earth, but he managed to break the glass and escape before impact. Although Phil Coulson's injuries were severe, he managed to remain conscious long enough to talk Loki into position to be shot with the prototype gun. Loki was temporarily injured by the weapon, but was still able to make his escape while the rest of the Avengers struggled to keep the helicarrier flying. Although another engine was sabotaged, the first one damaged was repaired, allowing them to stay in the air. When the battle was over, Nick Fury revealed that Phil Coulson was dead, causing Tony Stark and Steve Rogers to put their differences aside in order to focus on capturing Loki and avenging their fallen comrade. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, War Machine continued to fight Ten Rings on his own. Although he became aware of the situation in New York, he had a battle of his own to fight in Hong Kong against terrorists armed with black market Stark technology. Although Tony figured out that Loki would be at Stark Tower, he was too late to stop the portal from opening, creating a gateway from which the Chitauri army invaded, beginning the Battle of New York. Loki then tried to kill Stark by throwing him out the window, but Jarvis, Tony's artificial intelligence system, launched the newly created Mark 7 Iron Man suit to save his life and prepare him for the fight. As the rest of the Avengers started to arrive, Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye engaged the first wave of Chitauri and helped to organize law enforcement to create a perimeter and evacuate civilians. Soon, Thor, Bruce Banner, and Iron Man arrived to join them, defeating a Chitauri Leviathan after Banner transformed into the Hulk. With the Avengers assembled, Captain America took on the role of their leader, ordering Hawkeye to the rooftops, calling out patterns of attack and stray Chitauri, while Iron Man controlled the perimeter, ensuring none made it further out into the city. Thor was sent to bottleneck the portal, using his lightning to destroy as many as he could to lessen their reinforcements. Captain America and Black Widow then remained fighting off enemies on the ground, while Hulk was simply sent to smash. Although they were destroying many Chitauri, their numbers were too great, and it was clear they needed to shut down the portal, so Black Widow made her way to the roof of Stark Tower, where she spoke to Dr. Selvig, who'd been knocked unconscious and was no longer under Loki's control, making a plan to try and destroy the portal he'd created. Meanwhile, the Hulk defeated Loki by pummeling him into the ground, allowing the rest of them to focus on ending the invasion. Unfortunately, the World Security Council did not trust their ability to handle the situation, and so went over Director Fury's head to order a nuclear missile strike against New York. Iron Man then flew to the weapon and redirected it into the portal, where they traveled to the other side, allowing for the missile to destroy the Chitauri home ship. Black Widow and Dr. Selvig then used Loki's scepter to destroy the portal, with Iron Man just barely making it back through. However, his suit was without power, and so he fell to his doom, only to be saved by the Hulk, who caught him before he hit the ground. After successfully saving the world from an alien invasion, the Avengers went to a shawarma restaurant where War Machine at last arrived, discovering he was too late to take part in the Battle of New York. Do your shopping on Amazon? Then why not use the link in the description box below to either the Canadian, American, or UK Amazon sites, where you support the channel with every purchase at no extra cost to you. So if you do your shopping on Amazon anyway, why not use the link below and help support Civilization X? A special thanks to all those who contribute to Civilization X, like Hayaki Snowbeard, Jory Redblade, Glegnus Son of Vorin, and First Spear Centurion, Aditya Gaturu. If you would like to help Civilization X, click on the Patreon link, and please be sure to like and subscribe, and click on the links to see more.